The Witch of Lagos, Sonia's story. Lagos never truly slept. At night, the city breathed louder, pulsing with headlights, shouting conductors, and music spilling from bars along damp streets. In this restless glow lived Sonia, a beautiful young woman whose smile sold comfort while her heart learned silence. She walked the city with practiced confidence, high heels clicking like a clock counting survival. Men saw her curves, her painted lips, her confidence. Few saw the careful distance in her eyes. Sonia rented her body because hunger once rented her choices. Money paid rent, hair, laughter, and the lie that she was winning. Neon lights reflected on her skin as she moved between cars, clubs, and dim rooms where promises dissolved by morning. Each transaction ended the same, with cash exchanged and her name forgotten. When dawn approached, Lagos softened. Sonia washed her face, scrubbed perfume from her wrists, and stared at herself in the mirror. She reminded herself that this life was temporary, that tomorrow could still change. Yet the city hummed back a warning she pretended not to hear. Night watched, patient, knowing her fate. They lived together in a cramped flat above a noisy bar, Sonia and 3 other girls who shared lipstick, secrets, and fear. At night, they dressed like queens, posing for phones, laughing loudly, pouring cheap champagne into borrowed glasses. By morning, the room smelled of sweat, regret, and reheated noodles. Lola believed beauty was power and spent recklessly. Kemi trusted luck and men's promises. Zainab pretended nothing touched her heart. Together, they called themselves sisters, yet sleep slept between their mattresses. Each woman measured herself against the others, counting clients, gifts, scars. On cracked walls hung framed photos stolen from the internet, vacations they never took, clothes they returned after pictures. Sonia played her role well, smiling online while her chest tightened offline. Sometimes she remembered her mother's voice, saying a borrowed crown never fits the head, but she laughed it away. Trouble arrived one humid night wearing a silk shirt and impatience. The man smelled of alcohol and entitlement, his laughter sharp, his eyes careless. He refused to pay, accusing Sonia of deception, gripping her wrist too tightly. Lola shouted, Kemi froze, Zainab locked the door. Fear thickened the air. When voices rose, neighbors banged walls. Someone called the police. The man fled, leaving chaos behind. Sirens wailed nearby, close enough to remind them how fragile their freedom was. They scattered money into hiding places, wiped makeup with trembling hands, and practiced innocence like a prayer. Later, silence returned, but safety did not. Sonia sat on the bed, wrist aching, heart louder than traffic. She realized how quickly pleasure turned predatory, how protection vanished when money argued back. Her friends joked nervously, pretending it was normal. Sonia nodded, but something shifted. Sonia lay awake while the others slept, the ceiling fan rattling like tired bones. In the quiet, memories crept in uninvited. She saw her childhood village, red earth, evening prayers, her mother braiding her hair and saying that dignity is cloth you never remove. Back then, dreams were simple: school, love, respect. Lagos had changed the language of survival. Here, hunger spoke louder than hope, and shame hid behind makeup. Sonia wondered when she stopped believing she deserved gentler days. She touched the small scar on her knee from running barefoot once, free and laughing. An old proverb surfaced from her grandmother: "The river that forgets its source will dry in the sun." Sonia exhaled slowly. She was tired of pretending strength meant numbness. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to imagine another path, even if it frightened her. Outside, generators hummed. Inside, her heart whispered that destiny does not shout. It waits for stillness, then asks quietly whether you are ready to listen. Tonight, she chose reflection over escape, fear over lies, silence over noise, alone. Lagos glimmered like a restless jewel, its streets humming with late-night traffic and music spilling from clubs. Sonia leaned against a street light, adjusting her high heels, rehearsing a smile for the next car. She did not notice Chidi at first, tall, composed, dressed in a crisp navy blazer, eyes scanning without judgment. When he spoke, it was soft but firm, a calm contrast to the chaos surrounding them. "Are you all right?" he asked, not like a client, but like a man curious about another human being. Sonia froze. Usually, words meant calculation, desire, or danger. This voice carried neither. She blinked, caught off guard by genuine concern. I'm fine," she said, her voice careful, hiding the weariness etched in her chest. Yet, something in his gaze unsettled her, a warmth she did not expect, a mirror for the heart she had long guarded. They walked together for a block, talking lightly about Lagos, the absurdity of nightlife and fleeting dreams. Sonia found herself laughing, a sound free of performance. Chidi admired her intelligence and wit without flattery, treating her words as treasure. For the first time in years, Sonia felt recognized not for her body, but for her mind and spirit. Somewhere deep, a cautious hope stirred, and Lagos seemed suddenly quieter, almost watchful, as if it approved this unexpected encounter. Sonia found herself thinking about Chidi long after their encounter. His calm presence lingered like an unexpected fragrance in the air of Lagos, persistent yet comforting. She began seeking excuses to see him, small coincidences, chance meetings, the illusion of fate orchestrating their paths. Each time, her chest tightened with anticipation and fear. Her friends noticed. "You've gone soft, Sonia," Lola teased one morning, makeup smudged from laughter and last night's exhaustion. "Don't let a rich boy fool you, Sonia," Kemi laughed nervously, exchanging glances with Zainab. Envy and suspicion crept between them like silent smoke, but Sonia ignored it. She began lying to Chidi subtly, concealing her past, inventing small stories, rehearsing details to maintain the fragile version of herself she wanted him to see. Yet, the more she hid, the more she ached. Each smile now carried both desire and dread, each compliment tinged with guilt. Despite the lies, the attraction deepened. Chidi's patience and respect were intoxicating, pulling her toward feelings she had long buried. Every touch, every glance carried a lesson that genuine connection might exist even for those who believe they are undeserving. The air in their apartment had grown tense. Lola's eyes lingered at Sonia with thinly veiled resentment, and Kemi whispered secrets she thought Sonia wouldn't hear. Zainab watched silently, calculating, as if weighing the cost of honesty versus loyalty. Their bond, once strengthened by shared survival, now trembled on the edge of envy. One evening, a minor argument escalated. Sonia confided to Zainab about Chidi, hoping for counsel, expecting discretion. Instead, Zainab left the room with a smile that did not reach her eyes. The next day, word spread through the neighborhood. Sonia's past, the apartment's secrets, her lies about luxury and clients, all whispered back to her as sharp, invisible knives. Chidi heard it first from a mutual acquaintance. The revelation struck him like sudden rain. Sonia had not been entirely honest. Betrayal stung, not for the sex she sold, but for the falsehood she had woven between them. Sonia felt the weight of every secret, every lie, every moment of fear crash upon her chest. "Why?" she demanded, voice trembling. "I trusted you." Zainab's smack was unapologetic. "You are weak. Everyone knows the truth eventually. I just helped it along." Chidi arrived at the small cafe where Sonia waited, the city's neon glow reflecting in his calm eyes. He had heard the whispers and confrontations, and now he faced the truth, unguarded yet cautious. Sonia's hands trembled as she unfolded her story, every word a confession, every pause an apology. "I never meant to deceive you," she said softly, voice cracking. I only wanted to survive. I lied because I was afraid you would leave." Chidi studied her carefully, noting the pain behind her carefully crafted facade. "Sonia," he said, tone steady, "I wanted to see the real you, not the armor you wore to protect yourself. I see it now, all of it." Sonia realized survival no longer meant money or charm. It meant courage, accountability, and the willingness to accept what came from truth. She packed her few belongings, leaving behind the apartment that once was a stage for illusions. Lagos roared outside, indifferent, yet every step she took felt lighter, freer. Chidi met her at the edge of town, a simple smile on his face. "This path will be difficult," he said. "People will judge, doubt, or even mock, but the life built on honesty and courage will last longer than any illusion." Sonia nodded, tears brimming, and felt a rare warmth, acceptance, redemption, and possibility. She was leaving the old life behind, not for Chidi alone, but for herself. Lagos stretched endlessly before her, and for the first time, she believed destiny might bend toward those who dared to embrace truth. Weeks passed, and Sonia rebuilt her life with steady, careful steps. She found honest work, small but dignified, and reconnected with friends who had stood quietly by her side. Lagos remained a city of noise, temptation, and uncertainty, yet Sonia moved through it differently, aware of the choices she made, accountable for her past, and open to love without compromise. Chidi remained, not as a savior, but as a partner walking beside her, sharing the burdens of judgment and expectation. Together, they navigated the challenges of society, wealth, and emotion. Sonia's friends gradually recognized the strength in honesty and began questioning the illusions they had relied upon. At night, she remembered her mother's words and the proverb her grandmother whispered long ago. "The river that forgets its source will dry in the sun." Sonia understood now that her past did not define her, but hiding from it could destroy her. In a world where survival tempts compromise and desire blind judgment, courage, truth, and accountability illuminate the path. Beauty, wealth, or fleeting pleasure may fade, but integrity and honesty endure. Those who embrace their truth, even amid fear and judgment, can find love, dignity, and destiny waiting patiently.